Dear aunts, uncles, and friends, we often think that once we pass the age of 60, our bodies naturally start to weaken. Our memory fades, our movements slow down, and our sleep is no longer as peaceful as before. Over time, we come to accept that aging means surrendering to pain, to fatigue, to dependence. But is that truly an unchangeable law of life? Or is it simply something we've come to believe far too early? Because in reality, there are still elderly men and women over 80, waking up early to sweep the yard, tending to their gardens in the afternoon, cooking dinner by themselves, reading books, calling their children and grandchildren to check in. No gym, no special supplements, no one to look after them, yet they live healthy, joyful, and independent lives. On the other hand, there are those just barely past 60 who already need a cane to walk, who lie down more than they sit, who rely on others for meals, and need assistance wherever they go. So what creates that difference? It's not genetics, it's not money, it's not having the best doctors or the most effective medicine. It's the small, daily habits: a warm glass of water at the right time, a balanced, nourishing meal, a gentle stretch after sitting for a long while, stepping out onto the porch in the morning to let the sunlight touch your skin. Each thing is small on its own, but when done regularly, day after day, week after week, year after year, it becomes a kind of miracle medicine, needing no prescription, yet profoundly powerful. So if you've ever thought to yourself, well, I'm old now, I just have to accept it, I ask you to give yourself another chance to reconsider, because the body doesn't weaken on its own. It only weakens when we stop caring for it the right way. And today, in this brief moment we share, I'd like to sit down with you and talk gently and sincerely, like family, to reflect on the things that may seem familiar yet hold tremendous power, the habits that help us stay healthy each day, the silent mistakes that slowly wear down our health, and the simple principles that can help make our later years not a burden, but a time of peace, freedom, and happiness. If there's one thing worth starting today, it's a small change. A change that can help your legs stay steady, help you sleep more soundly, help ease your mind, and help you live many more years, not just to live long, but to truly live well. So right now, I invite you to join me in the first part of this journey, where health, clarity, and the joy of aging all begin with the simplest things. Dear aunts, uncles, and friends, a strong and healthy body in our golden years doesn't have to come from walking long distances, intense exercise, or taking loads of supplements. Sometimes it begins with the simplest, most consistent daily actions, things we all can do right from home. Each habit is like a quiet brick laying the foundation of health, and if we repeat them faithfully, day after day, our bodies will begin to transform in ways we never expected. In the morning, just taking a few minutes to step outside onto your porch and let the early sunlight touch your skin helps your body produce a vital vitamin, vitamin D. This vitamin is the key to effectively absorbing calcium, keeping your bones strong, and reducing the risk of osteoporosis or fractures from falls. What's special is that early morning sunlight, especially before 7 a.m., doesn't harm the skin like the harsh midday sun. Just a few minutes each day, standing in a small spot on your balcony or front yard, letting the light soak into your hands, legs, neck, is enough for your body to naturally absorb it. And that's a gift from nature, completely free. Then we come to meals. Many elderly people, out of fear of illness, end up eating far too simply, just plain rice with boiled vegetables, avoiding all meat and fish. But it's this very lack of nutrition that gradually weakens the body, causing joints to creak, limbs to tire easily, and the mind to become dull. The body doesn't need a lot of food, nor anything extravagant. It just needs the right nutrients. A bit of soft braised small fish, a sprinkle of black sesame on rice, a few slices of boiled egg or shrimp. That's enough to nourish the joints. Calcium to build bones, healthy fats to lubricate them, and those quiet helpers like magnesium, which helps with deep absorption and keeps the body supple yet light. What matters isn't quantity, but consistency and wise choices. Exercise doesn't have to be complicated either. Many people think you have to go to the park or do rigorous workouts for it to count as exercise. But in truth, even while sitting at home, we can keep our muscles and joints moving. A few stretches, gentle wrist and ankle rotations, bending the knees slightly, each morning or evening. Not only do these help with blood circulation, but they also awaken the joints that are beginning to stiffen. Every gentle movement is like a quiet message to your body saying, I'm still listening, and I'm still taking care of you. At night, before bed, try giving yourself a moment of peace. Soak your feet in a basin of warm water, add a little ginger and some coarse salt. Just once a day, but the effect it brings is truly worthwhile. Your feet, after carrying your body all day, deserve to be soothed, to relax. Warm water helps circulation, ginger warms the joints, salt cleanses and deodorizes, relaxing the muscles. After soaking, dry your feet thoroughly, put on a pair of light socks to keep warm, and then go to bed with a calmer mind where sleep comes easier. And throughout the day, one quiet but vitally important act is drinking water. Many elderly people avoid it for fear of nighttime bathroom trips. But this leads to thicker blood, dried out joints, and overworked liver and kidneys. Try getting into the habit of sipping small amounts of warm water, evenly spread throughout the day. A glass in the morning to get things started, one at noon to calm the mind, another in the afternoon to cleanse, and a few sips before bed to warm the joints and soothe the throat. Water, though colorless and tasteless, is the stream that nourishes every cell in the body, helping all its functions run smoothly, like a well-oiled machine. If you can be consistent with these small daily acts, nothing fancy, nothing complicated, you'll begin to feel your body becoming lighter, more agile, and stronger. Mornings won't start with aches anymore. Evenings won't feel heavy. Your mind will be clearer and your spirit more uplifted. But alongside the good habits we should keep, there are also bad ones quietly eroding our health. Small mistakes that seem harmless, but over time slowly wear the body down without us even realizing. It could be a dish that's too salty, a skipped breakfast, or a glass of cold water at the wrong time. These things, if not noticed in time, can send our health into decline without warning. So what are those mistakes? And how can we recognize and adjust them before it's too late? I invite you to keep listening, to protect yourself, starting with the smallest things that matter most. Dear aunts, uncles, and friends, one of the most common mistakes many older adults make is eating too much salt. Because we're used to it. Because food feels tastier when it's richly seasoned. But few realize that the excess salt in every bowl of fish sauce, every slice of pickled eggplant, every dark-colored braised dish is a silent culprit that draws calcium out of the bones. The bones become increasingly porous and brittle. A slight stumble can lead to sore legs, bruised arms, even fractures. And it doesn't stop there. Salty diets thicken the blood, raise blood pressure, strain the heart, dry out the joints, and cause stiffness and pain every morning. The World Health Organization has recommended that older adults consume no more than 5 grams of salt a day. That's just 1 small teaspoon. But in reality, many of us are consuming double or even triple that amount without even knowing it. Another very common mistake is skipping breakfast. Some don't want to cook. Some think it's hard to digest food early in the morning. Others avoid it to feel lighter. But skipping breakfast causes blood sugar to drop, making the body tired, hands and legs shaky, the mind foggy, balance unsteady, and increasing the risk of falls. Especially for those with chronic conditions like heart disease or diabetes, missing breakfast can lead to sudden drops in blood pressure or even minor strokes. Breakfast doesn't need to be elaborate. Just a warm bowl of porridge, a boiled egg, a glass of warm milk is enough to gently start the day and maintain balance throughout the morning. There are also those who, out of fear of illness, completely cut out protein, afraid of heat, gout, high cholesterol, and so every day they eat nothing but plain rice and boiled vegetables, avoiding all meat, fish, and eggs. But without protein, the body lacks the building blocks to maintain muscle. Muscles shrink, legs weaken, joints loosen, wounds heal slowly, and immunity drops. That's why some people, even without any serious illness, always feel sluggish and lifeless. Good protein doesn't have to come from red meat or expensive foods. Simple things like small fish eaten whole with bones, tofu, eggs, soybeans, black sesame, if consumed properly and in the right amount, just a little each day, are enough to sustain muscle, bone, and joint health in the long run. Additionally, the habit of eating a lot of fried food, even just a little each day, is another factor that silently degrades our health. Reusing cooking oil and high-heat frying produce harmful fats and free radicals, the very elements that thicken blood, lead to fatty liver, hardened blood vessels, inflamed joints, and overwork the heart. Meanwhile, switching to gentler cooking methods, like steaming, boiling, or soft braising, not only aids digestion but also preserves natural nutrients, avoids toxins, and helps the body feel lighter and more flexible every day. Lastly, a mistake that seems small but has widespread impact is drinking too little water. Many elderly people, fearing nighttime urination, limit water intake throughout the day. But that silently drives the body into a dehydrated state. Blood thickens, the heart tires, joints lose moisture, the liver and kidneys are overburdened, and the brain lacks oxygen, leading to fatigue, headaches, and memory loss. Water, especially warm water, if sipped regularly in small amounts throughout the day, becomes the gentlest, safest tonic there is. It doesn't need to be a lot, just consistent. It doesn't need to be cold, just warm. And that's enough to help the body recover, cool down, and stay lubricated from the inside out. There are things we should do every day, and there are things we need to stop before it's too late. But beyond that, there are also foundational principles, the pillars that support our entire well-being. These three golden principles, though they may sound simple, are what have helped many people stay healthy into their 80s and 90s, still independent, still sharp, without having to rely on their children for daily care. So what are these principles? How can we maintain a strong, healthy body without expensive medicine or complicated methods? I invite you to keep listening as we explore the three most important things that help us live healthy, live long, and live meaningfully in the years ahead. The first principle may seem simple, but it's also the one most often overlooked. Gentle movement every day. You don't need intense workouts or fancy equipment. Just stand up every hour if you've been sitting still. Take a few steps around the yard, stretch your arms, gently massage your legs and hands. These small movements help improve circulation, take pressure off the heart, and keep the brain nourished, which keeps the mind sharp and significantly reduces the risk of stroke and memory decline. The body was made to move, and when we stop moving for too long, it starts to freeze. So just by choosing to stand up, we're already setting life in motion. The second principle, familiar but not easy to do well, is to eat enough, eat right, and eat on time. Eating enough doesn't mean eating until you're full. It means eating with intention. Enough protein, healthy fats, the right amount of greens and fruits to nourish muscles, bones, the heart, liver, and brain. Eating right means avoiding what harms, canned foods, overly salty or sugary dishes, and greasy fried items. And eating on time, that's even more crucial, because the body has its own rhythms too. Times when the liver filters blood, the stomach digests, and the brain needs rest. Skipping meals, eating too late, lying down right after eating, these little habits can all disrupt digestion and drain your energy without you realizing why. Every meal is a chance to feed life into the body. So if we value our health, we must learn to value every meal as if we're honoring life itself. And the final principle, the foundation beneath it all, is keeping the mind at peace, getting enough sleep, and avoiding chronic stress. Even with the right diet, proper movement, and regular medication, if we carry anxiety, anger, or constant worry in our hearts, our bodies will still suffer. Every negative emotion quickens the heartbeat, raises blood pressure, disturbs sleep, and weakens the immune system. So we must learn how to lighten our hearts. Sleep early. Soak your feet before bed. Take deep breaths. Listen to soft music. Read something uplifting. Avoid negative news or pointless arguments before sleeping. Each day, make time for a small joy. Tending to a plant, calling a loved one, writing down 3 things you're grateful for. And most importantly, learn to forgive. Forgive others and forgive yourself so your mind can finally let go. When your soul feels light, your body feels reborn. Because sometimes what makes us tired isn't age, it's the burdens we've never truly set down. These 3 principles, though simple, if truly practiced, can lead not only to good health, but also to a longer, happier, and more meaningful life. Most importantly, a life without dependence on children, a life free from the fear of one day being bedridden, suffering in silence and illness. Good health in old age is not something that can be bought, nor is it a lucky gift handed out at random. It is the result of an entire journey built day by day with perseverance, understanding, and wise choices. Just a few minutes of early morning sun, just a modest but balanced meal with the right nutrients, just a warm glass of water at the right moment, just a few gentle stretches throughout the day, and sometimes just a calm smile when you look at yourself in the mirror can be a precious form of medicine that no pill could ever replace. Old age doesn't have to be sorrowful. It doesn't have to be a closing chapter. It can be a new beginning, gentler, more peaceful, and deeply meaningful. A chapter where we live for ourselves, listen more closely to our bodies, cherish the simple things, and learn to love, from our thoughts all the way down to ourselves. If today's message gave you a quiet moment of reflection, a pause to look within, then perhaps that's already a beginning. And if it touched your heart, if it stirred a desire in you to live healthier, happier, and more proactively, then please leave a like or hit the subscribe button. It's not just a show of support, but a warm sign that we're on this journey together, a journey to preserve our health, our dignity, and our freedom as we age. Don't hesitate to share this video with your loved ones, your friends, with anyone who is walking through their twilight years, so they too can reflect, adjust, and move forward with a more positive spirit. And if you can, please leave a comment below as a personal promise to yourself. I will start living differently, healthier, and more peacefully, beginning today. Because sometimes one small decision today can become a major turning point for all the days to come. Thank you, dear aunts, uncles, and friends, for staying with me until the very last moment. I'll see you again in the next video, where we'll continue walking this path together, a path of living well, living beautifully, every day, with every breath.